Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This time two marine ECMs. These are 5.7 Volvo Penta with e-controls module. These are EGC modules, both from the same customer. This is David Harris. I'm actually doing a test for him because he has a boat that has been burning computers. I have his original module, which is 2008. And it's actually running. So the original module, the one he replaced at first, because I'm going to read the notes, but I'm going to show so he can see his numbers in there. In there, the other module is this one. He put this on 2018, brand new, and now this module is actually dead, no communication. So this is the part number, and he has also a sticker where it says his name and everything. You see 2018 module right there. So this is good for him. And I think this is the 2000. Yeah, perfect. This is the 2008, so he can see that. Um, 50 references present, no problems in there. I have an IAC activation and it's working. So he said the Volvo Penta ECM part number 3885 452, which has been in service since October 2018. The original ECM was replaced because the engine won't start but will not continue running and the low oil pressure alarm will not go off. The ECM had been connected to deep cycle batteries, which Volvo Penta stated could harm the ECM. The engine is a 2008 5.7 GIJ, um, GIG. I always confuse those. B8 serial number. Blah blah blah. The current ECM is a 2018 is intermittently activating when the boat's battery switch is engaged. When it wakes up, there is an audible activation of the IAC valve and the fuel pump then energizes when the ignition switch is turned on, allowing the engine to start. When it decides not to wake up, the fuel pump does not activate. This issue seems to be very random in nature. The current technician searched for potential wiring harness issues and apparently found none. I'm sure that he could explain his workflow of this much better than I. And then he gives me the technician name, which I spoke to him, but it was nothing to really go by because he couldn't get full codes. He said when it runs, there's no full codes. Well, his original module, the 2008, runs. I got all injectors present, and you can see the actual computer running. I do see faults as far as oil pressure gauge, but not oil pressure sensor. Like if I read the faults, obviously a lot of this is not connected. And the IAC is showing us short just because I am using this and not the correct IAC, but that's okay. I know that is working. But if we see we have barometric pressure low, trim sender, IAC coil shorted, buzzer controls ground short, water temperature driver, oil pressure gauge driver open or short, trim gauge driver open or short. Again, none of them are connected. I don't have anything for the actual oil pressure, which let me just see if that's what I read because I remember say yeah, and the low oil pressure alarm will not go off. I don't have that alarm in here. I do have the mill on, but not the alarm for anything else. All right, so I'm going to turn this computer off and restart. So I'm going to turn this off so we can see the fuel pump activation right here, right? And it does it every single time. I'm going to now turn it off so we can see that we lost communication on the screen. All right. Again, for those that use Diacom, they know that that is trying 10 times and then it will show us no communication. I'm going to let it go to the 10 times so we reconnect completely from scratch. All right. So now it's going to say the no communication. So I'm now going to turn the ignition back on. Again, fuel pump is on and everything is working normally, at least with what I can see here. I'm going to reselect. For this, I'm using again Diacom Rinda Marine software, and I use Volvo Penta EGC modules. Again, these are called EGC 2006 to 2007 serial connector. Then when I click in there, immediately recognizes the computer. I select the first menu or uh, data set options for engine. That is engine data and gives me all the ones that I need. and then it populates what you saw before. All right, retrieves the codes immediately as a start, which are the same codes that we saw before, right? So the same ones. So nothing changes. Oil pressure gauge driver, nothing about the oil pressure, and I don't have the gauge connected, right? So let's run it. So we're going to see here. That is just because let me see. No, it is running. I just move the RPMs a little bit in a run. Sometimes it's the cam and crank correlation signal, but it is running. It says horn starter driver is going from on to short, and that is just because it is probably not like in my relay here because I have that one connected. I have the mill and the horn connected. I gotta take a look on where I have it, but I know I have it connected. Let me just see. Might be pin 80. No, that's the mill. I know I have it connected, so in the fuel pump and everything. But yeah, so this one is run. So let me turn this off because this is not really his concern. He wants to know what could have happened with that one to not burn the brand new computer because you bought another computer. All right, so I'm going to put you guys here for a second so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm going to, yeah, battery or is disconnected now, turn off. All right, so we're going to move that unit and put this other one here. And we're gonna try to do the same thing, right? So the first thing, well, it's all connected. So I'm going to turn the ignition on. I got no fuel pump or anything. That's a strike one, no good. No fiable reference. So this computer is, for me now, dead. Something is going on with this multimeter. Very expensive, and the battery is already discharged without even being used. I charged it yesterday, and now it's completely dead. Don't buy the Keysight U1253V. They're junk. They're good meters, but the battery is junk. All right, so let's try to connect, which I know for a fact that it's not going to connect, but we have to do it for the video, right? So again, ECM is not responding. So let's wait a little bit. I'm going to just keep you here on the video to see if the fuel pump, as they said, it will come on and see if we can establish communication. Right now it's drawing 230 amps, milliamps, which is kind of like normal for what these computers usually draw when they're just connected to like this for communication. Yeah, I don't see this happening. And it's not a big draw that I will say, okay, well, we have a shorted ECM. Sometimes it's just hard to give a response to the customer based on what I can test in here. These computers are, well, I mean, let's say they're really robust, but they're also picky on voltages. So if you have one of these computers, don't try to keep your batteries, or charge your battery with like a trickle charge. The, remove the batteries and charge, or put fresh batteries. Keep like a two set of batteries, or disconnect completely the harness from the boat and charge your batteries with the boat disconnected, and then plug it back in. I know it's a little sometimes hard to do. Probably is the best as the best to put a disconnect switch so you don't have connection in between the battery and the engine computer when you are trying to charge your batteries. Yeah, this is definitely not happening. So I'm going to pause the video here. If this happens to establish communication again, I will come back on the video. Otherwise, I'm going to try to open this computer and see what I see. But it's a little hard when you have not, no short to at least give him a result, right? Because I can fix the computer. Yeah, definitely. I mean, unless it's a microprocessor, right? But if it's something normal, like, bed regulator, capacitors, diodes or so, yes, I can definitely fix that. Um, this is very not too common to see these computers like this not working properly. But yeah, let me just see what I find and I'll be right back.